Gemma here, I'm back again. Excuse me. Just a kind of disclaimer, there may be some cats rushing around here. So very different kind of video. I felt this kind of huge urge to film this because I kind of took some inspiration from a YouTuber, a very popular YouTuber called Boogie2988, who seems to kind of divulge a lot of not personal information, but information that, as daft as this sounds, makes him look like a human being. Now, I think more often than not, a lot of what happens on YouTube is you don't kind of see the true person behind the, you know. And, you know, I'm not saying that's related to me because I'm very kind of upbeat, very kind of enthusiastic. My cat is deciding to take a shit right now. Thanks, Squeak. Thank you to Squeak. We're cutting back in. So where was I? So I wanted to kind of do this video just to kind of bring it down and just kind of talk to you guys about, you know, things like kind of mental illness. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have suffered with mental health and mental illness because they're both very different things. And I think, you know, for me personally, at the minute I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm very content. But in the past, you know, I haven't been, and there've been a lot of issues around kind of mainly anxiety and paranoia and depression, but not so much depression because I think that's quite a powerful word. I don't want to overuse it. There's been no clinical diagnosis for anything for me personally, but it's just, you just know yourself and you know sometimes how you feel, and your equilibrium or your balance can be pretty off. Now, we often joke about gaming being a massive coping mechanism for how you feel and the stress of day-to-day life, and for me that's exactly what it is. I would rather be doing that than doing other things. Now, I don't want to kind of get too personal in this video, but I know a lot of what defines you happens when you're a kid. You know, you might kind of suffer the loss of somebody, you might you know, your family might be poor, you know, and that can really have kind of impact on you as an adult. And I think that can go one of two ways. It can go very badly, or it can work in your favour. And for me personally, and I'm telling you this because, you know, we're all kind of adults here, you know, we're like, a lot of bad shit's happened in the past, and I think success is the best way to kind of get revenge, or to you know, combat whatever negativity you've had. And you know in I think it was what, 91, my brother and I lost our mother. I was 8, my brother was 6, and shit could have gone very badly for us. You know, I don't really, I speak to my dad now, but I don't have a massive relationship with my dad. Left home at 15, you know, things could have gone very bad. You know, you do hear stories of people going through trauma as a kid, and they, you know, it can impact on them. I've worked in prisons before, and a lot of the lads that I've worked with in jails have had broken childhoods, and it's not, you know, it's not worked out for them for whatever reason, bless them. But for me, I've kind of taken a lot of strength from it, and I want to kind of put this out there. You know, if anybody is feeling bad or does struggle, or is it kind of a little bit ambivalent, or, you know, rather in two minds about what they want to do with their life, whatever you do it well and do it with your heart, and that's how I approach YouTube. I do it with my heart, my everything. I give it my all. I mean, I have a full-time job and this is my hobby, but I'm giving it my absolute 1000%. Now, 11 months before Kath, that's my mum, I don't say mum, Kath, 11 months before Kath died, so June 1990, I remember very well that she passed her driving test. She was 30 when she died. I'm 33 now, so she was 29 at the time, and she'd learned how to drive. Now, I can't imagine what it's like to know you have terminal cancer, but to still have that desire to achieve. And I think at that point she must have known. She must have known. She had, you know, the kind of trademark no hair and very thin and all that. And I think to still do that is incredibly powerful. Now for me, when I feel like shit, so coming back to when I said about anxiety and depression, that kind of, sometimes I consciously think about it, sometimes I just think it's there and I don't necessarily think about it, but you just got to keep going. You've just got to keep, no matter what happens, you've got to keep that success, and you've got to want to have that desire to achieve. Whether you're in school, college, uni, or you're in a job and you're struggling, you know, think about something that motivates you. And for me, that is it. You know, 11 months later, she knew she was going to die. 11 months later, wham, bam, done, you know. And I just think, fuck, good for you, man. That's more powerful for me than having any of my qualifications. Nothing will ever kind of take that away. And, you know, before I kind of came back to YouTube in 2014, it was March, I get asked this stuff all the time, so this is why I'm just kind of bringing it in. Let me have a sip of coffee. No fancy editing in this video, by the way. You know, before March 2014, when I'd had this kind of massive break from YouTube because me and Jess got together and I moved to the States and then she moved here, and it was all, oh, I felt depressed, I felt like shit. You know, and I was working full time. I'm in the amazing job that I do, and I love it. But something was missing, and Jess said to me, you have to get back on YouTube. You know, this is fucking stupid, Gemma. What, you know? And here we are in, like, what is it, Saturday the 19th of November 2016, 2.5 years later. Channel's doing pretty well, collection's really, you know, going for it, and my personal life is going really, really well. That wouldn't have been done if I'd have chosen to like wallow in self-pity. I wouldn't have like done this. I wouldn't have got, you know, things together. And like I say, I don't have much like financial support from my family, which is fine. I don't need it. I kind of grew up with my grandma and my auntie, and I see them a lot, and I have a lot of contact with them. But the emotional support, it's weird. It's just very, very weird, you know. And I think sometimes you've got to know, if you can't cultivate that in yourself, then you've got to kind of get some help. Now, I want to kind of speak to kind of younger viewers as well. I want to tell you something. If you're in school right now, if you're younger than 16, when I was younger than 16, my teachers were telling me that my exams, my GCSEs were the most important thing in the world. You've got to do well in your GCSEs. Your fucking GCSEs or your diploma will not mean shit to you. It will not define you as a person. What will define you as a person is how you treat other people and how you treat yourself. Now, I'm not saying flunk out on anything. I'm saying do your absolute best, but know that it will only be a stepping stone to the next part of your life. And when you're an adult, it doesn't matter so much. I mean, your IQ, you need to have an IQ, don't get me wrong. But you will use your social intelligence and your emotional intelligence above anything else, above any test you can sit. Fuck testing, you know, just be a good person. Be a good person. And you know, make your mark, make a positive mark on this world, whether it's in your small world, if you just don't have a lot around you and you don't travel much, make an impression, make an impact, be awesome, you know. If you're in your job, make an impact, make an impression for the better, and you'll do really well. And you know, if you're older, you're watching this, I'm not an expert, I'm 33, I've got a lot to learn. But if you're older, I guess there's going to be a little bit of empathy with what I'm saying, because I dare say a lot of you watching this have been through very similar things or worse things, and I'm hoping this video will be taken in a way that I want it to be taken, and that is in a very positive and motivational way. Because I don't do videos like this. If you're familiar with my channel, then you will know I'm kind of like, it is a gaming channel, you know, and I vary my content because that's how I cope. I don't like monotony. So my content, I've got all my playlists, but there's variations of in the games room, out the games room, different parts of the games room. Today I'm in my kitchen, and you know, all I would ask is that you stick with me. And you know, if you can relate to this video, then by all means share your experiences in the comments without, you know, putting yourself in too much, you know, danger or whatever. Just share your comment below. So, like I say, it is a very different kind of video, and I think sometimes for me, I hope you're still watching this, there are a lot of YouTubers that I watch a lot that I wish they would just show a bit more of that kind of, I don't know, maybe just that kind of, I don't know, a side where you do just kind of, because if you're a content creator, then you've got a bit more of a reach, and I guess you've got a voice, and there will be someone out there that takes inspiration from videos like this. So I think, for me, I think they're quite important. I enjoy watching content like this, not all the time. This will be a one-off video. Don't expect this shit all the time. But it just grounds things a bit. And I think it's important to step back and just be awesome. And if you're a YouTuber, if you're a serious content creator, especially if you're upcoming, don't worry about trolls, you know, because they're helping you. And I've seen a lot of people get really frightened about, you know, trolls in comments. Fuck them, because every time they comment, they're helping the video. They don't realize it, but they're showing interaction, and that is exactly what Google wants. So just laugh, relax, do your absolute best, and be the YouTuber you want to watch. I will say you do need to spend a little bit of money. I'm not going to lie. If you want a camera that's really good and you want some editing software that's bang up, you're going to have to spend a bit of cash. If you've got that and you've got your foundations in place, just don't care. Don't just do your thing and relax. You know, there's more positive people out there than there are negative, and I think that's what I want to end on. Is you know, this is a motivational thing. It's positive. For me, I think about Kath taking a driving test 11 months before she passed, and nothing will ever, I will never stop working. I will never dwindle. There are some times when I feel too tired to film. That thought kicks in. I'm like, get off your ass, Gemma. Get the fucking camera on. Sit down for 3 hours and edit it. Post-production your face off, you know. A lot goes into a YouTube channel. A lot goes into life, you know, to run a house, to be a student, to be a good member of for your employer, like a good worker. A lot goes into everything. So just keep fucking strong. Stay awesome. It's 5 to 2. I've got a video that comes out too, so I'm gonna go because I want to make sure it's out on Twitter at the right time. So yeah, so thanks for watching. If you're still here, leave a hashtag tits out for Harambe, just because we'll end on a funny positive. Have a beautiful day, guys. My name's Joe, back tomorrow. See you soon.